Welcome everybody, this is another video for a sweeping Pokemon, and we're playing as Camerupt. Yeah, one of my favorite Pokemon as well. Most of my favorite Pokemon you will notice are blue, which is just a kind of trend I like because I like the color blue. You can even see it in my logo. But yeah, so to pretty much start this off, we're going to get right into this. We're playing against this team first, Baked Barbecue Chips, just because I couldn't think of a name. We're playing against the Smeargle. We've seen this a few times before. Basically just a moody Smeargle that's going to randomly raise a stat and lower a stat on the enemy Pokemon. My goal with this Snorlax is to get a really good win, honestly. So we have Double Team, which is going to raise my evasion. We're trying to get the max evasion. We have Roar, which is going to switch the enemies in and out. We're going to have Stealth Rocks, which will basically, when we switch the enemies out, it's going to kill them. And we're going to have Eruption, so whenever switching them out, it's not going to work. But the best thing about this team is Roar gets rid of all the stats upgrades that the enemy has got. So when that Smeargle comes back out, it's not going to have the boosts left back on it. So this is the biggest thing. This guy forfeits after he saw me basically send his Smeargle out for another day. He decides he can't win, which he probably could have won. So they're starting out with Ninjask, and I'm just starting out with the Camerupt again. We're just trying to get up to max evasion as fast as we can. The Ninjask is obviously going to be the person that builds up all their stats. What they don't realize is that I am going to get rid of all their stats upgraded. I do make a misplay here, I believe, and it's coming up in just a second. But basically, to explain it, is they raised all their stats up really high, and then I forgot to use Roar. So they are basically out for an extra turn before I got rid of their stats, which basically meant they could have had a turn where they could have attacked me with really high attack, which may have hit me, may not have because of the 3 times evasion. It was just more of a scary experience to kind of have. But at this point, yeah, I'm not really worrying. We're just switching them in and out. The biggest thing I have to worry about is trying to decide if I'm going to be able to actually kill them or not. So you may be noticing, now you'll definitely notice that I'm mentioning it, but Stealth Rock is doing different damage to each Pokemon. And that's because it deals damage considering how weak the Pokemon is to the rock type. So there's 4 times, 2 times, normal, half, and a quarter. So like Weavile is, I think, 2 times, so it's going to do a quarter of HP every time. Whereas Ninjask is 4 times, so it's going to do 50% basically every time. Kartana is, I think, a quarter time, so it's only going to do like 1/16, if that. So that's going to be the biggest downside to this, is trying to decide if you're going to be able to kill them fast enough. Unfortunately, I don't have Eruption on here right now. I have Substitute. That does switch, and the set that will be in the description does have Eruption on it. But let's get into the last match, which was honestly really exciting. So this guy's name is Flame Slappy. He's pretty confused on my team, but that's fine. So yeah, now we have Eruption on Camerupt, so it should go a lot better for us. He's using Leech Life. We're basically starting off our same strats again. We're trying to get our evasion up to max as fast as we can. And that's just pretty much what's going through. Leech Life really isn't doing anything to us, so this is a pretty fast moment through this part. Other than that, we know Eruption's not going to be strong against him, against Noivern, but it will be strong against Metagross. And Eruption goes off of your HP base power, not your HP base power, but how much your HP is, so it's 150 divided by whatever your max HP is. So since we are at max HP, it's going to do 150. So it easily gets rid of the Metagross. At this point, we're trying to save Eruption PP to get rid of the enemies that are going to take too long. So like Infernape is going to take a bit, but he also resists fire, I think. So like not necessarily wanting to use it at first, but really wanting to use it on Pinsir and Gengar. Gengar is a huge threat because if Gengar has Toxic, it's a run killer. We can't win if we get Toxic because there's probably no chance we can kill them fast enough. I was worried when he threw out Gengar, and didn't die to the first Eruption, but he just used Dream Eater twice, which I didn't too much understand. But there may have been a strategy behind it that I didn't realize. And yeah, at this point, basically, I feel pretty confident we're gonna win. I'm just switching out his Pokemon out to try and deal as much damage as I can, and we get to a point where I start using the last of my eruptions just to get through them. I'm mostly waiting until I get to 100% HP. That way, I know I'm getting the most out of each attack I'm throwing at him. I think I do now. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we're starting the eruptions. This is basically creating downfall for the enemy team here, and I'm just going to let you guys watch the rest. So yeah, as you guys can see, I won. That took way too many tries than I honestly want to admit to try and get a win with this Camerupt, but I am glad it finally happened. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know what Pokemon you want to see me do a sweep with, or if there's another game you want to see some more of. There'll probably be a lot of Pokemon content by the time you're seeing this video, so let me know if you want to see some diversification. Yeah, thanks.
Outro, outro, outro. Outro, outro, outro. Outro, outro, outro. Outro, outro, outro. Outro. Goodbye.